begins to stack what looks like marshmallows, one on top of the other. I comment that gravity appears to be at work in the same way that we all stand here.
That is an appearance for you and I. We may, however, move about without the need for gravity. We are positioning things in juxt context. Our standing here is for your benefit and mental comfort. It is a way of presenting information. All this in order that your mind may understand it. We could float about, and so could the table. Gravity is not a function of this realm. Things are in juxtaposition because they have no reason to repel or attract.
What then is gravity?
A function and program of your realm.
The marshmallows are stacked and form a long cylinder. He holds them with his left-hand finger on the top and left-hand thumb underneath. I can see a strand of light going through the middle of the stack between top and bottom fingers. It then starts to wobble back and forth in a snake-like rhythm. He shows what it's like to have more than one vibrating column of cylinders. He puts these between his palms, so not only do they vibrate in harmony, but the cylinders can make sideways connections as well. He shows this as a column of 4.
Of course, there are more complicated forms of energy than the ones I am showing you, but this is for ease. Now then, if the cylinder on either side has a different colour, we can have quite a complex looking structure.
He holds the column of 4 suspended at the top, and it stops moving and remains still.
The previous activity required 2 points of energy focus. Imagine how different it would be with more than that.
I thought the energy of the program was inside and all around.
Yes, at that level of vibration. This is another form of vibration, as you will shortly see. Now we join the ends and form a loop. As the ends are joined, there is no energy from my hands. Or we could just say no focus energy. To work or to be, it requires that it receives energy.
There's a slight buzzing noise and the circle becomes alive and stretches into a thin, elongated loop. The two sides of the loop are so close to one another they begin to fold around themselves like a rope twist, and in doing so create a new column, but the ends, which are still loops, fold in. 4 strands sit next to 4 strands, and when circled tight, the section through the middle becomes 8 strands.
In this way, we can make ever more complicated or numerous energy transmitter receivers. Not only can we do the process again, but we can also remove or add more singular or multiple strands of energy. They can be plaited or spliced. Telenate, the botanist, has told you how he works with energies. You can begin to see how he does it.
This assumes the same direction of twist.
Indeed, but within the twist, the energy can either flow up or down, inside or outside. Left or right twists can be varied, and a double left twist can be put alongside another double to form a 4-way right twist, or vice versa, or any other combination. So don't concern yourself with the twist direction. If we loosen the twist, we will have an open area. In here, we can insert more information to run alongside as an addition. Some sections can remain as defunct or not used. We would put this on the inside of the weave so that the external looks as if it did before. It is very important to remember that this is a representation of energy, not a physical form at this stage. Now then, if this information is seen as light energy, it can travel up the twisting central columns of the 4-strand energy, or however many strands there are. In addition, there will be an energetic resonance that flows around, but also outwards to encompass the whole strand, so it energizes the whole thing. These are the basic energetic information programs of life as living organisms. I repeat myself, energetic information programs of life. My metaphors and descriptions are of energy. Keep thinking energy. Atomic and chemical constructions of DNA follow on from the energy as the program information is imparted to them. Then the body forms from both the energetic and the chemical, but also source and soul energy in the case of humans. Of course, there are what you refer to as etheric energetic bodies, but what is one is the other. The energy of the strands can be seen individually or in a composite energy life form.
Presumably there are ever more complicated programs.
Yes, and very different programs as well. In addition to dimensional programs, there are timeline programs which form at soul group level. These are the overriding patterns on your plane. They encompass all things, including the acceptance of interplanetary and universal upgrade energies. There are also levels higher than soul groups. One of the things I'm trying to impart is focus. Today you are focusing on what I am explaining, yet you do this from the focus as Robert, when that is only a temporary focus, and also a very limited one. It is not one of the self-conscious higher vibrating programs of soul self. All of this within the context of the multi-dimensional nature of realities existing in the same place.
You didn't say same space.
For good reason. Space has context of forward, back, up or down. A position or multitude of positions points in space. Whilst that is undoubtedly so from your scientific context, place is different. It is the same place everywhere. The universe is all, like an unfathomable amount of minuscule dots everywhere, all the same at certain levels. The centre is everywhere. That is why the centre or the way to the centre is within each of us, as it is anywhere and everywhere.
So there would be billions and billions of centres within all of us.
More than that, I would say, for the purposes of what I'm trying to get across. Incalculable.
That's really interesting. I'm now seeing that energy as all entry to the source or to other vibrations. The whole of me can be in other dimensions at the same time. Well, it is. This seems to give greater context to the feeling of multi-dimensional soul.
Then what I have said today makes perfect delivery.
What of the others standing around the table here today and their dimensional realities?
The people you saw and interacted with were energetic forms. They are also multidimensional and have shown a presentation that accords with a particular dimensional vibration of themselves. The diagrams and earlier drawings are all representations of the interconnectivity of the incalculable points of entry. When you speak with another or travel in your mind to places, there is literally no travel. The appearance of travel helps to give context, as does the way we delivered this information to you today. In this way, you will see the appearance of the dimensions are also part of a program of the various types of consciousness.